As you know, the hurricane has developed in the Gulf of Mexico and is expected to make landfall in Florida later this evening, and we'll probably feel the impacts of that as it moves across the state late tonight, early tomorrow morning, and into the early afternoon hours. Duval County remains under a tropical storm warning and area flood watch through Friday, and a tornado watch has also been issued today. Our Emergency Operations Center remains activated. We'll keep that fully staffed throughout the evening and provide reports to you as necessary tomorrow morning. Another briefing later this evening. Conditions that may impact Jacksonville include heavy rain, strong winds, and there's always the possibility of tornadoes with this type of storm, so we ask that the public remain vigilant. Citizens should plan now to make their final preparations. The darkness will be here later, and people need to go in and take advantage of the next few hours to complete any preparations that they need to before we start seeing the impacts of the weather. Governor Scott describes the storm as potentially life-threatening if residents and visitors do not prepare, but currently there are no mandatory evacuations for Duval County. The 630 City Customer Call Center will remain open overnight and through 7 p.m. Friday unless we need to extend that further. Citizens can call 630-2489 to report issues or request information. Mayor Lenny Curry has advised that city offices and facilities will be closed tomorrow, Friday. All non-essential personnel were sent home at 3 p.m. today. Only those employees considered essential will report to work as directed by their supervisors. And finally, all garbage and recycling collections have been canceled for Friday, September 2nd, and collections will be rescheduled for Saturday, September 3rd. Now I ask Chief Leonard Proper to report, please.
Hey, thanks, Steve. We're up here collectively with FHP as well as DOT. My name is Leonard Proper. I'm the Assistant Chief of Special Events. What we want to talk today, this evening, a little bit about is our bridge management and how we're going to address that throughout the evening. I know there's a lot of speculation. I realize the public is concerned, so we want to be perfectly clear on what the expectations are for this evening as well as tomorrow morning for the rush hour commute. Our goal tonight and throughout tomorrow is not to take off all the bridges simultaneously. That is not a part of the plan. What is a part of the plan, though, is the higher profile bridges, the Dames Point Bridge, the Matthews Bridge, and the Hart Bridge, is at risk based on the forecast of meeting the minimum standard of sustained winds that possibly that bridge will go offline for an extended period of time. We have police officers and troopers with the DOT in place throughout the night to take that bridge off if we need to. But I want to explain how that happens. It doesn't just quickly happen. That's something that we will look at the wind speeds that are on the bridges throughout the evening. And as those wind speeds creep up over the 40-mile-an-hour mark, somewhere in that range, north of 40 miles an hour, there'll be extensive dialogue with our public safety partners on, is the risk to the public too much to cross the bridge? And if it is, we'll make recommendations to the leadership of the Emergency Operations Center, at which point a decision will be made. That happens very quick. It will be tweeted out. It will be sent out on all our media outlets, and then we'll deploy assets to the bridges as we take them offline. The public will know as soon as the police know when those bridges come offline, if they come offline. This bridge closures is not a major problem for the commute tomorrow. There's other ways around the city, and we want the citizens to be mindful and to think about alternative routes. If the Matthews is off and the Hart Bridge is off and the Dames Point is off, if they are all off, there's other ways to get into the city if you have to. Those locations will cause congestion, and the congestion on those bridges will be a safety mechanism for people to commute over those bridges. If you have to go out tomorrow, which we do not want you to go out, but if you have to go out tomorrow, I want everybody to have both hands on the wheel, a seatbelt on tight, and nice and slowly creep their way over whatever bridge is online to get to where they need to go to. But if you don't need to go there, we would really rather you not be out. But that is our fundamental plan with FHP, DOT, and JSO as it relates to the bridges. There's other important information that we want all the public to realize and emphasize. Standing water, don't go through it. There is going to be some flooding in the city. There is going to be some roads taken off. Don't go around the barricades, and do not go over down wires. We would rather have the public safety guys out in the morning, getting the power back on if we need to, getting the lights back on, JEA working, so we can get the city back up and running. And we really would rather the people not be out tonight and in the morning if possible. So if there's any questions as it relates or more specific information, we'll be glad to talk a little bit online, but we wanted to share with you the fundamental plan for the city.
Four-way stop, lights down.
Four-way stops and lights out. If in fact the power goes out, the standard law is you look at that as a four-way stop. So if there's no power at an intersection, all the lights are out, everybody stops before they commute. First one in the intersection gets the right-of-way. All right, thank you. Oh, and the last thing is very important. All the information we put out live on Twitter, at City of Jacksonville, and at JSOPIO. Both of those will go out live as soon as the police know, the public knows, the media knows, everybody knows at the same time what the collective decision is from the Emergency Operations Center on how we're going to address bridge closures if there is bridge closures tonight. Thank you. Leanne from JTA.
Good afternoon. I want to let everyone know that JTA is currently operating on a normal service. However, we do encourage all of our customers, if you depend on JTA services, we recommend that you plan to catch a bus before midnight tonight. Weather conditions will rapidly be deteriorating after midnight, and we can't guarantee a bus will be able to pick you up. Weather permitting, JTA buses will operate on a Sunday schedule on Friday, September 2nd. The coverage is similar to weekday service for regular bus service, but with limited frequency. So less frequency, the bus will not come as often. Also, we will not be operating the Beaches trolley tomorrow evening, nor the Riverside Avondale night trolley. In addition, when we operate on a Sunday schedule, we do not provide the express service like the Clay County Express, the community shuttles, or the neighborhood routes. So we recommend to all of our customers that you visit our website at jtafla.com and look at the Sunday schedule for your particular route. Also, the St. Johns River Ferry is operating today as normal, but the St. Johns River Ferry will be closed tomorrow. Again, the St. Johns River Ferry will not be operating on Friday, September the 2nd. Connection, which is our paratransit service, will be available tonight and tomorrow for life-sustaining trips only. Weather permitting, Connection will be available for regular service on Saturday and Sunday. The Skyway will operate tomorrow, Friday, September 2nd, as normal, weather permitting. The winds get over 35 miles per hour or any other conditions prevent it from operating, the Skyway will not operate. But as scheduled, it is supposed to. And for more information, I just want to remind everyone you can call JTA Customer Service at 630-3100, and that line will be manned all evening. So we will have someone to answer the phone all night if you have a question. But again, the main thing I want to reiterate today is if you use JTA buses and you need to catch a bus tonight, please, I encourage you to catch that bus before midnight because the weather may not allow us to pick you up afterwards. And now I'd like to see if JEA CEO Paul McElroy would like to say a few words.
We've been preparing now for about a week for the storm. We're in good shape with our teams. We've elevated this afternoon with the most recent forecast up another level in terms of our emergency preparedness. We worked business as usual today. Tomorrow, essentials will report to work in their assigned areas of responsibility on time. Non-essentials will be a delayed start. Bring those in at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. We have reached out, given the most recent forecast, to bring in some additional help
and we'll make that final decision first thing in the morning after we get the most recent weather update. As a matter of public safety, it's really critical in terms of down power lines that the public stay away from down power lines. If you do see one, please call 911. It is an extreme safety hazard, and we will take care of it. Don't touch it. Don't try to be a hero out there. Let the professionals do their work. Right now, I think a very important sign is for everyone to charge their mobile device and any other charging appliance or device that you have. Charge it up now in the event that there is a power loss. And then finally, at JEA.com, we will have our outage map up and running. You can report an outage, and you can also get information, if you do report your outage, on our restoration. When we'll be back in service and how we'll keep you informed will be through JEA.com. Thank you.
Thank you. The next briefing will be at 10 p.m. this evening.
Can we ask you a couple of questions since we are live on the air?
Sure.
You had mentioned that you want people to prepare right now and to be ready, but you know, are you concerned about people going out and getting supplies tonight?
We understand there are a lot of people who are doing that on the way home. I think they have a few hours to still do that, but certainly we would encourage people to complete and finalize their plans this evening.